Hello, guys. Welcome back to Nofari Podcast. This is Thoraya.
Hello, this is Yasmin.
Welcome back. How are you? Oh, bless you.
Thank
Bless
you very
That's
much.
a good start.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
We always start in an original way,
Yes.
unpredictable whatsoever.
Yes. How are you?
Good. And did you enjoy our last episode?
Yes,
Okay.
I
Great.
really did.
Great.
I was watching the way we were eating, and it was just entertaining to watch.
Look, I watched it like 3 times, and every time I watch it, I want that dolma.
Yes.
For real. It was good.
It was really
But also, it was slippery. Like, I remember when I was talking, I felt a little bit of slipperiness.
What do you mean slippery in what
Like,
way? Like us talking like slower?
Yes, but also
But I
I
love
feel
that.
like we were also a little bit zoned into the food. Like, if
Yes.
you watch it, you can see us like enjoying every bite and zoning out a little bit.
True. And then also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the food was just getting in our teeth. Well,
Yeah, it wasn't that obvious, but you could
just-
definitely see it if you really
but
want to.
that's a part. Yeah, it was bothering me for a little bit, but it just shows you how good the dolma was. We really zoned the hell out.
For real. How
But-
was your week?
It was good. It went by really fast,
Yeah.
and I'm glad it did because I just want it to be,
Over.
like I need Friday immediately.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of stuff at work and stuff like that, but it was pretty busy, and I didn't get to do much of artsy things
Just
this
work.
week. Just work, but I did not mind it because it's going by really, really fast. But yeah.
Same. I had a lot of appointments to meet, and I met all of them. So good for me.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for the weekend. Yay! I'm gonna see my sister, some people,
Yeah.
people I love. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, so I was talking about a TV show that I am watching. The only
I can't
TV
wait.
show.
Say it.
Yes, the only TV show that I'm watching, which I told you guys about it last time, Monsters, the Mendez Brothers. The Mendez Brothers, yeah. So you know how like I was talking shit about them and saying that why did they kill their parents? So in episode 3, it tells you why.
Why?
And I got into episode 3 this week, and it's because their dad was a huge molester for both of them. And the mom knew about it, and she's like, well, that's a secret. I have to protect my family. So, yeah, it was a shock, honestly. Like,
Listen, there had to be something, because who in their right mind
in-
would kill their
a
parents?
molester in a very, very bad way. They were in their late teens and early 20s, and he was still molesting them. And because it's their dad and he's been doing it since they're 8 and 9, and it's been years, the older brother was molested first, of course, because he's the older brother. And then when he finally was strong enough to stand up for himself and tell his dad, stop doing it to me, he started doing it to his younger son. And so imagine when the older brother found out, he was like feeling guilty. He's like, oh my God, he's doing this in the same timing when I told him to stop doing it to me. Now he's doing it to my brother. And it's just like, I justify it.
Wait, would he do it to them
A very bad, very, very bad way. Very bad way. He used tools on them. It's like his relationship with them was super bad in public. During that time where he was molesting them is the only time that they felt a little bit of connection to their dad, because that's the only time when he used to be a little bit more caring and touchy and doing things, and they thought that this is how life is, like when you grow, like
You don't know
Yeah,
better.
exactly. You don't know any better. They don't know any better, and the dad keeps telling them that this is a traditional thing in the Mendez family. This is what we do, and imagine, like, it's just horrible. Honestly, horrible. When they were telling the story, and I'm still not done with the show yet, but I watched two. Yeah, I think two episodes. So the third and the fourth, and I'm still going, but it's pretty bad. Like, I feel like that's the only way to justify what they did to their parents. Because, in my opinion, it's justifiable.
In my
It was
opinion, that's the
super
best thing
bad.
they've done,
Yes,
to be
super bad.
honest.
And it's sad that also one of them was telling the lawyer that is defending them the story, of course. And it was their kind of their first time ever saying it out loud to somebody, is to the lawyer that is defending them. And one of them was like, yeah, somehow I feel like my dad is looking at me and proud of me now because I did it, because I helped him get out of it, like I'm helping the family, because it was no way to end this other than just ending life. Like, this is how bad it was, that he feels like his dad cannot stop till you end his life. You know what I mean?
Probably he was like
And the mom is
crazy.
just like, oh, like, when I'm even mad at her more than the dad, because why would you be okay with all of it? Like, that's even more sickening. You know what I mean? When the person is doing it, they're sick in the head. But when you are acting normal and you're okay with the sick person harming your kids, is like, what? It's just like super crazy. And they're in jail. Like, the kids got in jail, and they were still like blaming themselves. They still blame themselves, even though it was at all not their fault. Like,
I
what do
mean,
you mean? You live with monsters, you know?
they're dealing with, I don't even want to say a narcissistic person. That's not even a
No,
narcissistic disorder. That's just like, I don't know how to describe it.
exactly. I don't know how to describe it.
Like, sick. Like, there is no other way than just saying, like, sick, mentally not at the worst stage that you could ever be. Because doing it to your kids, that's insane.
Yeah, and they
Or
go.
to anybody else, but like your kids, that's just crazy. And if the only way that they could stop you is literally to end your life, that means that he never actually had empathy toward them, like not even 1%.
No, no, because they used to beg him to stop. They used to show him that they don't want to. Like, they tried their best not to be used and tell how they feel about it. But the dad was pushy, and he was very aggressive with them. So, like, they were scared from their dad. Like, they know their dad has so much power. The only way for them to live in peace is to actually end his life, sadly. And it's a very touchy story, honestly. I can't wait to finish it all. And the fact that it's real, it's it's insane. I know those stories are out there, but like, this is telling us in details, because it was a criminal case, like, it's a homicide.
Is it a documentary, like it's actually them, or it's
No, no,
an
no, no.
act?
Actors. This
Oh,
is why
okay.
it's so good. Like,
How old are they
so
now?
good.
Do you know? Do
I
they
don't know,
say?
but it was in 1990. So the events
And thus
happened
they were 20
1990.
something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're about
I didn't do any
old as hell
further
now.
research. Like, I didn't grab my laptop or my phone and Google them and see what they're doing in their life now or what happened.
They
I'm
could
just
be
gonna
free.
wait. Yeah. I think if I wait and finish the episode, I will know.
Yeah,
Sorry,
because
the
it's
TV show. I'll know more about what's gonna happen to them. But I don't know what's going on now.
because how many years is a life
And
sentence? I think
that's
what
if they get the life in like the life in jail. I don't know if they will, because I'm still in the show
Oh, they
where
could execute
yeah,
it to a
yeah,
specific amount of
exactly,
years.
where
Okay,
their
yeah.
lawyer
I
is
mean, if
taking.
I was the judge, I would.
Yeah.
Like maybe I would only put them there for 5 to 10 years, but they shouldn't be there for more than that. They were just defending themselves.
Yeah, yeah. There are multiple laws that are related to self-defense, things like that, where it's domestic abuse to the maximum level. You know what I mean?
God.
So I would think that they don't go to jail, but I'm gonna have to finish it up. And I also feel really bad. I don't know. I feel really bad because I feel like they're not normal either. You know, at that level, nobody is normal in that family.
No, but I'm
And you
glad.
cannot be normal.
But I'm glad that they listen. This is gonna sound horrible because nobody should kill anyone, right? But in a way, if you look at it in a positive way, they try to end it and not take it from the dad and try to project it on someone else. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
They could have been bringing more kids because he said it runs in the family. That
Yeah.
was his excuse. They could have gotten married, got kids, and still did this exact same thing to their kids. So they both came together to start to actually end this thing. I think it's good in that sense. But to be honest, in my opinion, I think that's the only way that they could take care of it. Killing is horrible, but what can you do? If you put yourself in their shoe,
They
I
were
would do the
also
same thing.
afraid. They were afraid of their mom and dad killing them because now everybody knows. Like all four know what's going on, and it's been confronted by all four that all four know. So it reached a point where are they gonna end our lives because we might tell a stranger out there, and destroy the family? They were this afraid from their mom and dad.
I
Imagine.
mean, if your dad is molesting you,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would
So,
be-
like a day or 2 days before the event happened, they all go on a fishing boat and they're terrified. Like the kids, the sons, are terrified that this road, like this fishing trip, is
to
to,
end
to
their
murder
life,
them.
yeah.
So imagine the amount of fear. It's just insane, honestly. When you hear the stories, like, oh my God, they're insane for killing their parents. But like when you know the details, it's like you don't know what's behind that smoke.
Okay, I have a question though. The way they killed their parents, is it also in a sick way or it's just
Like revenge.
that's meant? Yeah, that's illness.
Yes.
They're sick too.
They cannot be normal.
Yeah, they can't. They can't. I
Even
get
if
it.
they
but
tried,
I
they
don't
can't.
know.
One of them was losing all of his hair in his early 20s. He lost all, like this whole part of his hair. That's because of mental issues.
Yeah, I'm trying to put myself in their shoe. I get it,
I can't.
but it's insane. It's crazy. No, because I would really understand it if it was just like ending their life
Yeah.
in the simplest way just to get rid of them.
Yeah.
But if it is a sickening way, then
Yeah, it's in the
they
head.
really did
Yeah.
get there, like
No,
they
they
affected
definitely
them in the
abused.
worst way possible.
They abused their sons.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it is. But I was so excited to tell you guys about it because
Now I
it
wanna
is
watch
like,
it.
what? Because I was shocked too. Like, started at episode 3 and I was like, like this, literally for 50
What is
minutes.
it called?
It's Monsters, the Mendez Brothers. Like, it's a long name, but it's Monsters. Like the first name, Monsters. And then the
We'll
headline's
see
Monsters.
why they titled it Monsters, but I don't think that they are. Unless they're referring to the parents.
Yeah, I think they're referring
Yeah,
to the
I
parents.
get it.
Yeah. Monsters,
Yeah.
the Mendez
Or you
Brothers.
never know. How many episodes are left?
I don't know.
You never know. You might
Exactly.
be surprised. They might be the monsters.
Exactly. Because like when they were telling the story, I was like, what if it's a lie?
What if they-
planned
yeah.
it, But I'll let you know. I'll let you know. It's really interesting.
Because they could be true.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a really good show. I'm in love. And I like that I'm breaking it so I don't finish it all because like it's so good. I don't want to finish it all at once.
I cannot do that. When I like a show, I want to binge watch it and end it like in the same day.
No.
But then I will wait like a little bit and I will rewatch it and just continue rewatching it just because I love it so much.
No, I keep some excitement
But yeah,
for every day.
that's good. That's good.
Yes.
We also wanted it to talk about a few things that are happening around
Like
the
right
world.
now happening.
Yeah.
Like when we're speaking about it,
Yeah.
it's happening.
Remember, I'm just here reminding you in a very friendly way. Remember October last year, this is going to be the anniversary of it actually.
For real.
When I'm just going to describe it that way. When Palestine was trying to do a resistant movement on October 7th, that's in my opinion. I don't call it a terrorist attack, I call it a resistant movement because they've been occupied for 75 years. And Israel on October 8th started bombing them, and the bombs has not stopped until this moment right now. Like Thoraya said, they are getting bombed as we speak right now. And we are seeing a very fast progress on them expanding their land because in the past few weeks, they invaded Lebanon and they're bombing them constantly. They displaced, more than 1 million people in South Lebanon. They are bombing Syria, and Iran started bombing them. And they are bombing, well, they haven't bombed Iran, but they are threatening to bomb Iran and Iraq as well, because Iraq has been sending bombs over there as well. Very few, but it's still a threat. So, just a friendly reminder for people who have not been speaking about it and have not been vocal, and especially Arabs. You guys really thought that it was going to stop only in Palestine,
This is
but
what
it's
they really
coming
thought.
your way.
Yeah.
And trust me, next they will knock on your door, they will grab you, and they will throw you out, and they will take over your house, and you cannot say anything. And literally on their army uniform, they have the maps of Palestine, Lebanon, Jordan, Syria, Iraq, and a part of Saudi Arabia.
As part of their borders.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Their
all
new
Israel.
borders.
That's
Yeah.
how they are thinking. And it's happening. To be honest, right now I'm really, really scared, and I'm
It's just
very frustrated.
escalating very fast. Like nothing is de-escalating. Everything is like accelerating.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Like at the beginning, you're gonna, if you listen to our episodes before, I might be contradicting myself, but I'm only gonna sound like this because I know that Arab countries are not gonna do shit.
No.
Sadly, America is gonna continue supporting its baby, Israel, and Iranian government are only doing this shit and bombing Israel because they are benefiting from it financially, and they think that they will get in control of other Islamic Arab countries, which is Iraq, Jordan, and Palestine. So, I just wish we start speaking up. It's actually very, very pathetic right now if you are just like chilling, not doing anything. And especially for people who live there, I feel like us, people who live in the US or in
We
Canada,
care so much.
we are doing our best. We're doing everything in our power. I'm sorry to say this, y'all are not doing anything.
But let me tell you, I really think it's being inside the box versus being outside the box type of thing. Like when you're inside the box and inside the Middle East, you are fed up with the stories and the political drama and what is going on. And there is always a problem happening in a country. There is always a war in the Middle East. So people in the Middle East, I doubt they care as much as we care politically, especially about the current events that are happening right now. The current events that are happening right now are worrying the people outside the Middle East more than the Middle Easterns who are living in the Middle East, because we are outside the box. We know better. We know that the Middle East deserves better because we are in the United States and we see that it's pretty peaceful, to be honest with you. And everything that happens is always outside the United States. Here, nobody is afraid from something coming on their houses and flattening their houses
Yeah,
or their
they're
businesses
yeah.
or whatever. People in the Middle East at this moment, I think, should be afraid. If I think they are, they're always in fear. Some countries in the Middle East are always in fear. So they're at a point where they got used to being in fear. So they can't act any different
I get
now.
it, but we've all been through wars.
Yeah, but
We've
we
all
left.
lost people. We left, but people that are there now, they've seen the worst.
I'm telling you, because they're there, they can't care anymore. They're fed up. We are outside. We hear the news, but we know we are safe. We know we are untouchable. We know that our house is gonna stay like this. They in the Middle East, I'm talking about the people who live in countries that are in danger right now and under war alarm, honestly, don't care because they've been living in this situation for a while. There's always something going on in their countries. They got used to it and it's on purpose. What is happening is on purpose. It's like you're giving medications to people slowly, 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 slowly till they don't feel it.
Yes,
And
but
that's what's been happening for the past 30 plus years. We are labeled as countries that are low value. Human life is low value in the Middle East. They don't care whether you are a person that is poor, whether you are a rich person. If you step outside the Middle East, people look at you like you are not a high life. They look at Middle Easterns like they are low life in everything.
I get that, but what I'm trying to say is we all been through something, right? Like, and the countries that are in war zones, I agree with you, they are still in the same zone, but at least they're developing a little bit. They're not seeing as much death threats as they used to. When we used to be in Iraq in 2006, there is not a single day that you wouldn't think that you're gonna be killed
True.
at that moment.
I mean, I can't compare the situation in Iraq to 2006, but people always knew there's a problem with Iran, Islamic group ruling. People always knew Iran is going to do something. And it's in the Middle East. It just happened to be in the Middle East. The US is fighting Iran. And of course, I am with the US on this. Like, the Islamic group, they call themselves Islamic group. Nobody can.
But who created them though? Who did? Because the occupation has been going on for 75 years. Who created Hezbollah? Who created what's it called? What they're called? The one in Palestine.
Hamas.
Hamas. Who created them?
Yeah.
The US created them. Israel created them. Iran created them. So to me, there is not a side of Iran Islamic group and Israel Islamic group. It's a shit show.
It is a shit
They
show.
are all collaborating together. These three countries, Iran, Israel, and America, are collaborating together
agree.
at some higher level, and they're just having us be the little playground that they play with.
I agree. That's how I see it too.
And it's just
This is how I see it too.
Yeah.
It's just for land grab to reach the full border map.
yeah.
If somebody's blind, please point it out to them. Like, if people tell you, what are you talking about? Be like, pull up an IDF soldier map and it's on every soldier. This is the borders that Israel is saying is my borders. And it's been held by many people in their own government and they've been stating it, but some people don't believe it. They think it's a propaganda. They think it's a lie and
It's
exaggeration.
on their uniform.
What is
not.
happening?
It is on their uniform. And tell me why a country does not have border lines until now. What country in this world does not want to put a border line?
A country that wants to grab land, other
Exactly.
countries
Exactly.
grab land.
So
land
that's
grab.
literally, I'm sorry, but you have to be very stupid to not understand that this country has a clear intention of wanting to spread its land on the expense of other people's lives. And
Yeah, the land.
Arabs, they have to be Arabs. And yeah, just that. They just have to be Arabs. Because at the end of the day, even if they are going to have issues with Iran and whatever, Iran is a very strong country. They can literally, if they can bomb Israel, they got their own people. They'll take care of their own people. But we are going to be the ones that are going to be paying the price.
Honestly, we are at a point that we all know that major militaries have the power to kill exactly who they want to kill in a minute. So the fact that we see wars now going into 2025, we should just know that the people who are benefiting from this are people with big money only who are invested in weapons, and those weapons need to kill people for them to have a value. That's exactly what's happening because I know that what's going on can end in one day. It can end in one day. People who are ruling whatever group that is fighting, they can all meet up in one day, kill each other if they want it in 1 minute. They can do whatever they want, but for them to do that, they're going to lose so much on weapons and investing in weapons. Where is the weapon going to go? Why do we need weapons if there are no wars? Like, we need wars, not for us. It's for the big money people, not for us.
And it just happens to be in areas that they can hit two birds with one stone, areas that has oil. Gaza is one of the biggest,
Gas, oil.
yeah, areas that has the natural resources of oil. And Iraq too, Iran, Saudi Arabia. And
Very strategic location.
yeah, actually, yeah, really, really, really good locations. And there's ads that are going online already about them promoting
Real estate.
real estate in Lebanon
Yeah.
to be sold already. Like the audacity, they know they got it. That's why I'm really, really
South Lebanon,
frustrated
yeah.
and very scared. And I know I said before that Palestine is going to be free really soon. And I might sound very negative right now, but it's not looking like it.
No.
And I wish that it is, but it really is not looking like it if we don't get our shit together.
Honestly, we're talking about this because we are from Iraq. I'm always going to be Arab. You know what I mean? No matter where I am, I'm always going to be Arab. I still speak Arabic. I still have ties to the Middle East, and I do care about what happens. And it saddens me that we look so weak, like the weakest nationality, the weakest race out there now is Middle Easterns, because what's the point of having wealth if you cannot protect your own people? What's the point?
Wealthy is nothing,
no,
to
no,
be
no. The
honest.
funny thing is that Middle Easterns are a meme of money and wealth. Really? How about we are a meme of self-respect, dignity?
We're divided. They did
It's disgusting.
They did everything they wanted it to us. When I see a post about Palestine and I see an Iraqi person saying, "Well, nobody cared about us when there was a war in 2003." Palestine has been going on since 1948. Don't
Nobody-
be stupid.
Yeah.
Don't act brand new now, first of all. And I hate how Syrians say that, well, nobody cared about us. And then Jordanians be like, well, they are in our country and they're taking over our land and our economy is not good. We're all one. Like, if you just understand that we are all one, and I'm sorry, I'm only Arab. Yes, I live in the US and all of that. I would like to be seen as an Arab person, not American at all. It was a great opportunity for me to be here and it's safe and I'm very thankful to God. But I will always be Arab. I'm very happy to be Arab and I'm very proud. But the things that y'all are doing to
As Arab nations.
yes, like as Arabs, you are really doing everything that they want us to be. They're dividing us and you are just following the plan.
First step to breaking something powerful is to break it apart. And that's exactly what happened in the Middle East. And it's been years in process. So
That's what happens. Like when we were talking about Iran, US and Israel are being one thing, because Iran has been doing this to Iraq for
For
many
not
years,
just
and
Iraq,
to
the
Lebanon.
whole Middle
True,
East.
true. But like few countries that they were able to get deeper into and actually brainwash people is how they divided us in religion. You know, there are too many different types of Muslims, too many different types of Christians, and too many different other religions out there, that they just made us have a civil war in between each other, and now we don't care about the bigger image. So trust me, whatever is happening to Palestine, each one of us is gonna get a little
And
bit of
whatever is
taste
happening to
of it.
Lebanon is gonna happen everywhere, y'all. It's accelerating in a very fast way, and I don't know what 2025 has for us, to be honest.
It's not gonna be anything better than this year. This year already drained us since October last year. Nothing has been very good. Everything was very, very negative, to be honest. And I don't think it's gonna get any better. I'm sounding negative. You have to hear somebody being negative to you, because I don't think it's clicking. When I'm just very positive and telling you that Palestine is going to be free one day and all of that, no one is listening. And a lot of people are talking in that way. So maybe somebody needs to be negative and tell y'all that they're going to take over and we're going to lose the entire land.
Literally, bro, I don't know what. I'm gonna have to stop caring. Like, I really need to stop caring about other people not caring about what's going on, but I just cannot. Like, I think about this every day, about what's going on every day. It crosses my head. Oh my God, what could happen today? Oh my God, what country is going to get bombed today? You know what I mean? Because we don't know. Everything is happening like this. Like, the retaliation from Iran on Israel, it happened with 20 or 15 minutes of alert, before it happened. So it's a shock what's going to happen.
And I love how American politicians are making it sound like a terrorist attack. Excuse me. Israel has been doing the exact same shit for almost a year. Why haven't we called this a terrorist attack? You call it that Israel is defending itself just because Palestine attacked once.
Exactly.
They kill for 365 days. And then Iran tries to bomb for a day or two, and now it's a terrorist attack. Anything Muslims behind is definitely a terrorist attack.
Let me tell you. So there was a big hurricane. Okay, you heard about the hurricane that
Florida?
in Florida that passed in Florida and some of the other states, but Florida got hit the hardest. Basically, hurricane stage like 4, I think.
4, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people were devastated. A lot of people lost everything, basically, because of flood. And let me read you this statement. Last week, FEMA announced a nearly $9 billion shortfall for Hurricane Helene recovery efforts. On the same day, Israel announced it was receiving $8.7 billion in military funding from the United States. This is why we are pissed, because us in the United States that pay money, okay, hard-earned money, okay, by the thousands every year via taxes, we get nothing when a disaster happens. Yet the money is being spent outside on wars that we in the United States have nothing to do with it. We're just sending money. But
really
we don't help the people in our country who need money because of hurricane disasters. Like, this is insane.
That's why I say Israel is ruling the U.S. The U.S. is not ruling anything.
I think a lot of people have this thought too. It's not just you. A lot
Israel
of people.
is the capital of this country somewhere else, and this country is just being run by them from a distance. And because they have the money, they have the power, and I don't know. That's why I don't. I was really thinking, should I say this or should I not say this in front of people and stuff like that? Because I'm so scared that maybe I pay I see the consequences later on. But I'm like, if really a person is going out there like Netanyahu saying that Palestinians are barbaric and they're animals and they should be killed and nothing is happening to him, then I can say whatever the fuck I want because
And the American people are easy to basically maneuver and play with their heads using media and propaganda. He actually did say that.
yeah, because
Like,
they really
he
think we
said
are
that.
stupid. They really think that. And nobody's saying anything. Then, as a regular person, I should be able to say whatever the fuck I want because I shouldn't be thinking that maybe I get a consequences having this being on media or maybe people think of me differently. I simply don't care how you're thinking. But this country, like it's only going to go downhill from this point, and I'm not proud to be here. I'm really not proud. This country is disgusting. The way we're heading, that we only have two parties and they are all the exact same thing and they just promote the exact same thing in a different way, and we only have two options, is not really selling it for me.
It's not selling it for a lot of people, baby.
For everybody.
I think with the age of technology, people are being fed up with people are being fed up with the fake news that we keep hearing from big media channels, right? We have a lot of independent news channels that are giving us the real facts and stories that the big media is not telling us. And we have access to this. So people are fed up and people know this. And a lot of people are not even interested about the new election that is coming up. People are not interested in that because they don't see a solution. There are a lot of people that are still undecided because both ways lead to a very bad way. You know, both parties lead to a very bad way. We're not comfortable with either one.
And I'm so excited for this election because on the percentage, we all know on social media that there is a huge amount of people that are not going to be voting, choosing not to participate in this. So you're going to see how they're going to fake it in the percentage and say this much of amount of people voted here and this much amount of people voted there, and the numbers are not going to add up. And I hope that you open your eyes and start seeing this, that all of these numbers are just made up. They've already decided. That is really strongly my opinion. I get it that a lot of people don't believe in that and they do believe in voting, but I still believe that this whole thing is a shit show and they already know who's going to win, and most likely it's going to be Kamala.
I think so too.
Just to switch it up and make everybody quiet because she's a woman and she is, like not white. So that's a plus.
I mean, maybe we need to watch an episode of The Simpsons to know what's going on because they always know something about the future.
That's a government show.
Yeah, of course. Bro,
Yeah,
there are
they know.
so many shows that we have been watching or watched. There are government shows that are funded through one political group.
I mean, if Disney has something to support Israel,
Yeah.
money wise, then you already know. The biggest one out there is controlled by them. So
I just don't know. Like, the funny thing is that somebody that has nothing to do with the Middle East, somebody that has nothing to do with political things from South America, I don't want to say specifically, I'm not going to give much details, but was asking, why can't I talk bad about Israel? Like, what is such a big deal that him asking, him as a South American, being like, can't talk bad about Israel?
because
Like, he doesn't even know where Israel is on the map. But like, the fact that he just questioned himself for a second is like, it's this scary. Like, you don't even have to know any further information. Why aren't you allowed to talk about a country that is not your country? Why? Don't we have freedom of speech?
we don't. Apparently, people are getting arrested here. People are getting killed here.
The
in the
consequences,
US,
yeah.
in the most place that has freedom of speech. So you could only imagine in South America. I mean, that's even more like dangerous for them because they don't have the freedoms that we do here. So,
There is a movie that called Bora, I think, right? The actor Bora or movie Bora. It's
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
I've watched it.
so one of the projects that are related to the Bora movie is like basically taking homosexuality and putting it in the Middle East and basically having the actor, I don't know his name, but he hates Middle Easterns. Like he is Israeli.
I thought he was Middle Eastern.
He is Middle Eastern, but he's Israeli because Israel is in the Middle East.
Let's not. This could go on for an
No,
hour,
for
an
real.
argument. It's not.
I don't know,
But in
he-
my opinion.
he definitely looks Arab. I thought he was Lebanese, to be honest, but he is not.
I thought
is
he was
Israeli.
Irani.
No, he is Israeli, and
That makes sense. This entire time, I thought that he was making this comedy shit to educate the people about being better. So he was just making fun of us.
he's making fun of us the whole time. And one of the episodes that he basically had filmed and did not put that segment in the movie, he was dressed as a gay person, however you want to think a gay person is dressing like, in Israel, walking in Tel Aviv, I think, as a gay person, and went to one of the conservative Jewish areas, and they ran after him to a point that they were gonna kill him. He was screaming for his life, saying that this is a joke, this is a TV show, this is a joke.
Wait,
Please
so
don't.
he was on Israeli side. Tel
And he
Aviv,
did
yeah,
not put
yeah.
it. He did not put it.
Of course, he's not going
it's
to.
it got released, but it was not included in the documentary that he did.
Of course, because that's going to contradict what he's saying.
Exactly.
Because Israelis say that if a gay person go to Palestine now, they're going to get killed because Arabs are just barbaric. They're
Yeah.
crazy. They're terrorists. So, of course, he's not going to promote that. They're going to be
It's
contradicting
actually
themselves.
the only time ever in his life this happened to him in Israel.
Well, good. Good that it happened.
And what makes
Even if
me
he didn't
upset
put it
about what makes me upset about it is that with all that, him knowing the facts and experiencing the fact in real life, still chooses to make fun of Islamic countries and Middle Eastern countries that we are against genderless people. You know what I mean?
But that's the whole thing.
I'm like, go to the Middle East. You will see a lot of gay people, a lot of non-binary people, and we do not care. But don't act like Israel is the only
Free
democracy in the
No,
Middle
it's
East when
not.
it's not a democracy.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. They would literally you would be scared for your life if you were gay and going.
No,
to
really,
Israel.
they were
'Cause
gonna
the
skin
way-
him.
Yeah, the way they think, and they think that they're doing it because of religion. First of all, whatever they're believing in, I as a Muslim person believe in Judaism, and I respect it. It's part of our religion. We have to believe in the other Abrahamic religions. I'm not talking about the religion. I'm talking about Zionism and how they think that Judaism should be. Is that they are superior to everybody. That's what Zionism say.
I know.
And that they should they own this land. Like this is their land. That's how they think. So they think you can do whatever way to get that land, even though if you have to murder a lot of people and kill innocent people and all that. That's why they're doing everything right now. So to them, it's like they will never look at you
in a human way. That's
yes,
the whole point.
and they will never change their ways of thinking because they're brainwashed. And there is something that there are a lot of people that were Jews living in Africa that are black, right? Mm-hmm. So when they moved to when Israel asked them to join the country and move, and they will give them all the benefits and healthcare and all this bullshit, when they moved there, then white Israelis show them like the worst treatment.
Of course.
And I've seen videos that it feels like it's in the 1930s,
ages, yeah.
literally. It's horrible. And then you see those same black people talking on online and saying that I would die for Israel. I would. Da, da, da. But what do you mean? You literally go outside in the street and you're scared for your life. They might kill you just because your skin color is different from them. So they are all brainwashed.
I feel like Israel to spend so much money in media to build a country and an image that they could fake to people, but they did not account for social media. They did not account for how fast we get information today. They thought that we will never get to this point. We will not find the lies. We will not fight for Palestine because we will be brainwashed by all the propaganda that Israel has been working on for years and years and embedded in Hollywood. And Hollywood, we all know, is number one for entertainment worldwide. You know what I mean? They never knew. I really think that Israel missed out on this point. And now it's happening. Like, we all know what's going on, but we don't have a stronger power because all these years, Israel was trying to build its allies and power to be number one. And nobody is standing in its way. And that's exactly what's happening now. We know the facts. We know what's going to happen. Yet nobody has the audacity to stop this bullshit that is happening. And it's happening to countries that has been going on. No, it's happening in countries that has been dealing with economic problems, terrorism attacks, some groups that nobody know where they're coming from. Mm-hmm. Nobody know who's supporting them. Nobody knows how they're getting the weapons.
We do, but
yeah,
we don't, you know?
exactly.
No proof.
And it's just like a movie that has been working for years. You know what I mean? Like it I know they didn't think about this in just one day. No, it's been years. And I'm just surprised that we're just so quiet and it's been years. You know what I mean? It's just in 2020, like this year is when I really, really found out most of the propaganda and the lies and the things that we were fed up in the past. Like, I can't even put it into words, to be honest with you, because I still cannot comprehend that the situation in Iraq that has been happening for years, at least 20 years. Mm-hmm. Situation in Syria has been happening for at least 10 years. Palestine. Lebanon, since 2006, Israel been trying to steal some of their land, and they have, since 2006, been taking land slowly, but we don't say anything. That's the thing. Like, we don't say anything till this year. Like now, because it's becoming a regional war in the Middle East, we are freaking out. But I feel like we're a little bit too late because the people with the power have already sold us out. They're with us. They should be standing up with Arabs and the rest of the Arabs and trying to de-escalate the situation and closing this war and minimizing the damages and everything by just sitting down and having a meeting and solving everything.
And you know, one thing about political parties in the Middle East, I really hope one day we get rid of all royal governments out there.
Yeah.
They are the biggest sellout. I don't care what you think.
Yeah.
For example, Jordan, their king ordered the army to stop the missiles that Iran was sending toward Israel, in its own country, and it did damages to houses and people in its own country. Like, do you not care about your own people? Do you care about Israel that much that you are willing to kill people from your own country? And they were raised in the UK, so I get it. Like, they were taught everything to just
I hate royal families.
I
don't
really
care.
do.
I don't-
Everywhere in the Arab world,
They shouldn't be
let's
ruling.
Please get rid of all of them.
They
I
shouldn't be
hope so.
ruling. Like, there are better people who should be ruling a country, not royal people. Go be royal somewhere else and do your royal things. Why are you ruling a country?
And like, imagine the same family with the same ideas, with the same nasty shit. It just keeps repeating over and over and over for hundreds of years. That's just not healthy.
It's not.
It's not.
Really
It's not like democratic countries are any better, but at least we get something new every 4 years, every 8 years.
Yep.
But like, damn, can we just get rid of them so we can get a different idea in these countries? And if you are in a country that you think the royal families are helping you to improve,
They're just sugarcoating you.
they are. And Israel is coming your way because you are on the map. You are
God.
on the map, and you are going to be the last one. They're saving you for last, and you know who you are. So,
But look, peace and love to all Jewish people. Israel is not doing good for y'all. I swear to God.
and it has nothing to do with Judaism. It
No.
has nothing to do.
Exactly.
They're
It has
Zionists.
nothing. It has nothing to do with y'all. It's the country and the government. And there is a difference between Jewish people and Jewish beliefs and Zionism ideology. There is a difference. I'm not going to say it here. Go Google it yourself.
Everybody knows by
Go
now.
educate yourself and know about it. But there is a huge difference. And for me, all religions and beliefs are equal as long as we do not harm a living soul. Period.
Yes, I do believe in the exact same thing. If you're, to be honest, in Islam we have something that is beautiful, and I go by it. To you, your religion, and to me, mine. We don't talk about each other's religion. Everybody does their own thing, as long as they are in their own lane and not hurting each other. So I really go by that. If you're not hurting anybody and you're an atheist, do your thing. But if you are calling yourself a Jew and you're not really, and you're just ending up killing people, taking over their homes, their land, and stuff like that, then that is just like exactly what ISIS did to Islam.
Yeah,
They use
it's
their
like
religion
yeah.
to make it look bad and do horrible things.
It's like
So,
doing bad things and taking lives out in the name of religion. How is that good? In any religion, how is that good? Like, bruh, we're over it.
horrible. And it just have to be the Abrahamic religions. I don't know what's going on with them, to be honest. There's like, to be honest, because in my opinion, I've never seen anything from other religions that it's like it got to that point politically. But I think it's because there's like competition of one proving that it's best than the other, where we could just think of it as it's a series of beautiful religions that, you know, it started with Judaism, ended with Islam, and we can live happily like that. But
As long
I
as
guess-
there's land and power, people gonna keep fighting.
yeah. So
And I can't believe that Iraq might go into war, and it's been 20 years.
no, I've been talking to my friends. Like yesterday, I was just like talking to them, checking on stuff, and my aunts, on my aunt and my cousins. They're really scared for their life. And what was really, really frustrating me yesterday is I felt like I will never see Iraq in a good stage in my lifetime. I left it when I was 12 and it was horrible. Never got to see it in the past 14 years, sorry. And then I was literally thinking of going back to visit, and I feel like I lost this chance, and that's why I don't want to sound negative, but I'm thinking negatively. I don't think I'll ever see it in a good way.
I don't know.
And it's frustrating. It is really, because when I am trying, and you are, and people like us are really trying hard to spread awareness, and there are other people that think that they're living in honeymoon and everything is good, and they don't care about what's going on in Palestine. And I mean, I'm repeating myself, but it's just, it came our way. Now it's too late to be thinking that we should fix it, but you still have a little bit of time to say something about it.
I think it's just up to the big people, the United States.
Yeah, but we still have time to do something about it if we really unite. It would have been much easier if it had been only in Palestine. We have a little bit of control over
But now
it.
it's expanding, y'all,
Now
and it's really scary.
in 4 countries.
It's
It literally
really
is in
scary.
4 countries, and the fifth one, which is Jordan, has no power. So literally, they are in control of 5 countries: Iraq, Syria, Palestine, Lebanon, and Jordan.
Yep.
And
It's insane.
we just got one more. Saudi Arabia is not going to be an easy one because they're promising to develop it. So they're going to get to them in a way of like, well, we just need a little bit of your land and we're going to fund you and we're going to do all of this. And because you guys have a royal power, then they're going to sell you all out. They're going to give them the land. So
It's very unpredictable what's going to happen, but I'm just going to say it from how it's looking. Nothing is looking positive. Nothing is looking like heaven. It's all looking like it's bad news and bad situations. So I really do feel bad for the Middle East because I thought that we were at least doing better in the past 5 years. I would say past 5 years. I know some countries been going through things in the past 5 years, but at least it was a quiet and not really war zones. But now it's war zones, like literally planes and rockets everywhere. So I really pray that it does not accelerate as much. Like I'm just praying. I don't know where my prayer is gonna take me, but I'm just praying. And I'm sorry that this topic is pretty heavy, but this is the current event, and it's in countries that I still have family, friends, and people that I love who are there, and I am from there. So this is a very scary topic. It's emotional topic because I feel like it's repeating the same things. It's like deja vu from last year.
yeah, and I will,
Really, deja vu.
I feel like we're both going to speak about it as much as we need to. And I don't care if we are repeating ourselves because we have a saying in Arabic saying if you have a hammer and you keep hitting metal, eventually it will break down.
True.
We just have to keep spreading awareness and educating y'all because a lot of new people are listening to us as well.
True.
So I hope we helped you in changing the way that you're thinking about the Middle East. And please do your own research, educate yourself, and don't just settle for a first thing that you read in the news. Media will twist things
Easily.
upside down to make it go in the favor of a specific powerful group of people, which in this case it would be the US and Israel. And that's pretty much it. I really hope that the only way that I would take it going really, really bad in other countries and also in Iraq is only if Palestine gets freed. I'm willing to have war in all these countries, including my own country, if we can free Palestine. But if we're just going to have a bunch of wars and a lot of people, innocent people, being killed, and at the end of the day we're going to lose because we are so divided as Arabs, then that's going to be very, very embarrassing. We have not done anything that is good in the past 75 years. So let's get our shit together and let's be one united nation and get rid of this fucking virus. Israel is a virus and it's going to spread in that area, and it's just not going to be good for everybody.
I'm double tapping on that.
I'm double tapping on that too, previously.
For real.
And it's a heavy, like Thray said, it's a heavy topic, but
It's
it
facts. It's
needed
what's
to be said. It
happening.
needed to be said. This
Yeah.
podcast is about cute stuff and ASMRs and food and all that, games and everything. But when we have to say something, we really need to sit down and have
True.
a very serious conversation with y'all.
True.
So please educate
Accept this.
yourself
Yes,
at
accept
a
this.
very, as a outro. Is that how you say it?
As an outro, yeah.
Yes, please educate yourself and
We love
be
you.
on the right side.
We
do
love you. Be on the right side of history and get educated, exactly like she said. We love y'all. Come back and hopefully we see you next episode.
Yes, it will
We
be a
love
good
you.
episode.
Bye bye.